First of all, sorry about the loud noise. I'm right next to a busy interstate. Oh shoot, it's a rabbit. I feel like the Lord's just been teaching me a lot about fear of man. Just how we consume ourselves with what other people think about us. For example, when I was younger, I never wore watches or chains or anything like that. I just had the bare minimum, those nasty Skechers shoes. But I feel like more and more, like I started doing my hair, I started getting nicer clothes, nicer style, things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like I reached a point where I was spending so much time on my appearance. I feel like I found my identity in that, honestly. Just being honest. And the Lord's just really been doing a work in me about that specifically. And I came up with excuses like I'm just using my style to express myself, and like there's nothing wrong with looking decent and things like that. But in reality, it was what I found my satisfaction in. Just like getting the validation from my appearance and being confident in what I looked like. And that's not where our confidence should come from. It's not. I feel like the Lord brought this epiphany in my life from actually a trashy haircut that I got maybe a month and a half ago. I loved my hair back in the day, and one day I went to go get it cut an inch, and homegirl thought I said like 4 inches apparently, and I came back with like the worst haircut ever. But I feel like the Lord really humbled me in that. And I know it's something simple as a haircut, and I sound so petty right now, but the Lord just showed me how much I really did care about my appearance. And he just like challenged me with some stuff. Like, it literally does not matter what anyone thinks except for him. It doesn't. Nothing about your appearance matters. I mean, yeah, you don't want to look like a pig, but there's a line, guys. There is a line. And I feel like that line is constantly getting crossed by people trying to find their validation in other people. It's like no one, I once heard someone say, no one is thinking about you because they're all too busy thinking about themselves. And that is one of the truest things I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like no one actually cares about what you look like. The details, like I'll be stressing about which watch to wear for like 10 minutes. Like that I will never get that 10 minutes back because I was concerned about which watch to wear. And at the end of the day, you're never going to get the validation you want or the confidence, all those compliments, everything is going to fall short because none of that stuff was meant to fill that hole inside of you. Because it's a hole of identity, and that's something that can only be filled by the Lord. It's not anything from your appearance or anything like that other people can give you, because they'll always fall short. It's only understanding how the Lord made you. And in Psalms 139, it says, his thoughts about you outnumber the grains of sand on the sea. Like, I think about that so much because there's a lot of sand. There's a lot of sand. He literally made you to perfection. Like, he looked at this earth and thought to himself, yeah, this could use a Jonah. Like, every single person is here for a reason and perfectly made. And like those, the way your ears look or something, like he made that and he calls it good and beautiful. Like you're not a mistake and you're not ugly. Like that's exactly how God made you, and he says so many good things about you. We're made in his image, for Pete's sake. The Lord made you how he wanted you, and he made every part of you for a purpose. Like all those thoughts he had, I wonder how many thoughts he had about those ears of yours. I don't even know who I'm talking about. Like, I don't know, maybe it's your kneecaps or something that you don't like about yourself. Like he thought so much about it. Like maybe you should start looking at it as something positive. Like we're made in his image. Like who cares? Who cares if your chin extends out? Like, who cares? No one's thinking about that except for you. So we got to learn to be confident in who God says we are and how he made us. Because you're not a mistake, you're not an accident, and you're not ugly. Like, the Lord made you exactly how he wanted you, and be confident in that. He calls you a child of God. Like, bring that into, that's not just some spiritual thing. Like, bring that into your physical appearance, like the way you hold yourself. You should be walking, you should be striding with so much confidence, knowing that, like, I am a child of God. Like, and if people do think you're ugly and your shirt doesn't match your shoes or something like that, that one thought that they have in a split second is not gonna matter. Like, you're worth so much more than that thought. You really are. That's just their own loss and their own judgment, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the way that the Lord looks at us, and he looks at us like the most beautiful creation he's ever made, because we're in his image. So hold yourself up in that way. Be confident in that way. I don't know how to end this, and I don't even know if I'm sharing this with anyone. Like, hey, future Jonah, you're probably the only one ever gonna watch this, because it's super dark out now, and the editing is gonna be so so weird with this lighting. But yeah, that's about it. Be confident. Like I said, the Lord's still like, don't think that I'm perfect, because this is something that I'm just sharing my thoughts. Like, the Lord's telling me all this as we're going, and he's showing me a lot more. So I don't know, maybe I'll have more to say about it later, but for now, just take that, walk confidently. You're beautiful. Jesus loves you. Peace. What is